For years, we've all been sold this lie about what it really takes to succeed. We're told the key is to just find your motivation, right? Get inspired, feel that rush of energy. But what if I told you that's the very thing that's holding you back?
The big myth we're all chasing is motivation. But here's the thing. Motivation is just a feeling. And let's be real, feelings are, they're unreliable. They come and go. You don't build a life or a career or a legacy on something that disappears when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. No, you build it on something solid. You build it on discipline.
So when you boil it all down, it's a really simple contrast. Motivation is totally passive. It's this thing you have to wait for, and you never know if it's going to show up. Discipline, on the other hand, that's active. It's a system you build, one that's there for you day in and day out, whether you feel like it or not.
All right, so let's really dig into this motivation myth, because understanding why it fails so spectacularly is the first step to building something that actually, works. This right here, this gets to the heart of the whole problem. Motivation is like a warm shower. It feels amazing while you're in it, right? You're pumped up, you're ready to take on the world. But the second you step out into the cold air, it starts to fade. And by 3 p.m, you're right back where you started.
And look, this is why so many of us get stuck. We spend all our energy asking, how do I get motivated? We're basically just trying to turn that warm shower back on, but that is the wrong question entirely. The real question we need to be asking ourselves is so much more powerful.
And that brings us to the core rule of his whole system, the fundamental shift that changes absolutely everything: identity over action.
Okay, so here's the rule, and it's actually super simple. Your system, your habits, they have to align with the person you want to become. This has nothing to do with willpower because, let's face it, willpower is weak and it runs out. This is about who you believe you are at your core.
Here's how this actually looks in the real world. The action-focused person says, I need to force myself to journal for 30 minutes. That just feels like a chore, right? There's so much resistance. But the identity-focused person says, I am a reflective person. And what does a reflective person do? They just journal. See? The action becomes a natural byproduct of the identity, and all that resistance just melts away.
So how do we actually build this identity-based system? Well, it all comes down to 3 incredibly simple, non-negotiable steps that basically make the whole thing automatic.
The entire system is built on these 3 pillars. The environment rule, which is all about making the right choice obvious, the momentum rule, to make it impossibly easy, and the consistency rule, which is how you prove your new identity to yourself. Let's break each one down.
First step is the environment rule. You can't rely on willpower when you're groggy in the morning, so you have to rig the game in your favor the night before. You want to read more? Put the book right on your pillow. You want to work out? Put your running shoes right by the door. The goal here is to literally eliminate the choice. Make the right action the easiest possible thing to do. Next, we've got the momentum rule. Now, this one is huge. True discipline isn't built with these giant, heroic efforts. It's built with tiny, consistent wins. And the way you do this is with the 2-minute rule. Your goal isn't to run a mile, it's just to put on your running shoes. It's not to write a whole chapter, it's just to open the blank document. You make that first step so ridiculously easy that you can't possibly say no. Remember, you're not building muscle yet, you're building momentum.
And finally, we have the consistency rule. This is how you prove your new identity to yourself and make it real. You get a big physical calendar, and you put a big X on every single day that you do your tiny habit. Every X you draw is like casting a vote for the person you are becoming. It's real, tangible proof that reinforces your identity, making it stronger and stronger with each passing day.
So when you combine these 3 rules, you do way more than just manage your procrastination. You get to the very root of it, and you kill it for good. Because now we can finally understand what procrastination truly is.
It turns out procrastination is nothing more than internal friction. It's that conflict, that battle, between the person you are right now and the person you want to become. It's a war between 2 identities.
But the moment you stop trying to do more and instead just focus on proving your new identity with one tiny, easy action today, that friction just disappears. The internal battle is over. The choice is eliminated, and procrastination has literally no ground left to stand on.
So the only question left is the one you see right here. It's not about what you're going to do. It's about who you are going to become.